Introduction. Socrates, the great Greek philosopher, is one of the most influential figures in the history of Western philosophy. With a unique way of questioning, which is known as the Socratic method, he established the foundations of philosophical thinking in the Western world. Socrates' life is a story of his search for truth, resistance to social corruption, and finally, sacrificing his life for the principles he believed in. This story is a journey from the streets of Athens to the court that sentenced him to death, but immortalized his memory forever in history. 1. Birth and childhood. Socrates was born in Athens in 470 or 469 BC. He was the son of a stonemason named Sophroniscus and a mother named Phenartis who worked as a midwife. Socrates grew up in a not-so-rich family and was familiar with the simple life and its hardships since childhood. However, from the very beginning, he showed a great interest in learning and thinking. 2. Education and early influences. Unlike the later philosophers, Socrates did not leave any written works. He did not have much formal education, but he was very interested in seeking knowledge and wisdom. He spent most of his time conversing with the people of Athens, and in doing so, explored fundamental questions about life, justice, virtue, and truth. The initial influences that Socrates got from pre-Socratic philosophy, especially the philosophy of Pythagorean and Anaxagoras, led him to a critical and logical thinking. 3. Socratic method and philosophy. Socrates dealt with philosophical issues in his own unique way, which is known as the Socratic method. This method included successive questions that made people gradually realize the internal contradictions of their beliefs. With this method, Socrates not only taught others, but also led them to seek the truth and know better than themselves. Socrates believed that true knowledge begins with self-knowledge and believed that man should seek virtue and wisdom. He believed that humans naturally seek good and if they make mistakes, it is due to ignorance. Therefore, the task of the philosopher is to reveal this ignorance and guide people towards knowledge and wisdom. 4. Life in Athens and social influences. Socrates spent most of his life in Athens, conversing with the citizens, from the youth to the leading men of the city. He strongly criticized corruption and social injustice, and in this way, attracted a lot of enmity. Socrates believed that morality and justice should be based on knowledge and virtue, not on popular belief or political power. Socrates never sought power or wealth and lived a simple life. He rarely charged a fee for his teachings and was always ready to talk to anyone who wanted to talk and learn. These behaviors made him a popular and controversial character among the people of Athens. 5. The trial and death of Socrates. In 399 BC, Socrates was brought to court on charges of corrupting the youth and denying the official gods of Athens. The trial of Socrates is one of the most famous trials in history, described in detail by his student, Plato. In his own defense, Socrates tried to show the judges that he was not only innocent, but that the charges against him were baseless and unjust. However, the court sentenced Socrates to death. He could have been exiled from Athens or asked for a pardon, but Socrates chose to stay true to the principles he believed in by dying. He believed that escaping from death is a betrayal of philosophy and truth. Socrates ended his life by drinking a cup of hemlock poison, but his memory and name remained in history as a symbol of truth-seeking and resistance to injustice.